Once in a small village called Shunarpada, there lived a poor old man named Mofizu. He was kind, quiet, and lived alone in a tiny mud hut at the edge of the village. His only source of income was a small pond beside his house where he raised fish, rui, katala, and a few shy bull. Life wasn't easy, but it was peaceful. Every morning, he would feed them with rice husks, smile at the little splashes, and say, "Grow strong, little ones. You're all I've got." He dreamed of selling the fish at the market to buy rice, oil, and medicine for his aching knees. But then something strange began to happen. One morning, Mofizudan noticed the pond was unusually quiet. No ripples, no movement. When he tossed feed into the water, nothing happened. "Strange," he murmured. He fetched his fishing net and cast it gently into the water. When he pulled it up, his heart sank, empty. Day after day, more fish vanished. There were no footprints, no broken fences, and the gate was always shut. "Who's stealing my fish?" he wondered aloud. "I'm too poor to feed a thief." The villagers teased him. "Maybe it's a ghost," one laughed. "Or maybe your fish just learned to fly," another joked. But Mofizuddin had lived too long to laugh at ghost stories. That night, he hid behind the banana trees with a lantern, a blanket, and a thick stick. He told himself it was probably a jackal or thief. Hours passed. Then around midnight, the air turned cold. A chill wind blew, even though it was the middle of spring. The trees rustled, but there was no breeze. The fireflies went dark. And then, a glow. Floating above the pond was a figure, wearing a torn white shroud. It had no feet, just mist, and its long fingers touched the water without a splash. Mofizuddin gasped silently as he watched the ghost dip a basket into the pond and pull out live, wriggling fish, one after another. The ghost's voice echoed in the silence. "Fish for the forgotten. Fish for the dead. Let the living starve instead." Then it vanished into the trees. The next day Mofizuddin was pale as ashes. He visited the village shrine and told the imam, who was old and wise. The imam frowned. "You said the ghost spoke. That's no ordinary spirit. That's a boot of hunger, a soul that died without a final meal. They wander at night, stealing what they once lacked in life." Mofizuddin begged, "How do I stop it? I have no fish left, no strength, and soon I'll have no food." The imam handed him a small pouch of ashes and a verse to recite. "Spread the ash in a circle, sit inside it before midnight. If the ghost comes, don't run, don't speak, just listen." That night, Mofizuddin sat by the pond, weak and shivering. He did as told. Spread the ash in a perfect circle, lit an oil lamp, and waited. At midnight, fog crept in. The ghost appeared again, taller this time, and angrier. Its voice was louder. "Fish for the forgotten, fish for the dead." It floated toward the pond, then stopped. It saw Mofizuddin inside the ash circle. "You watched me," the ghost hissed. "You want to take back what is mine." Mofizuddin didn't move. He stayed silent, as told. The ghost suddenly paused. It stared at him, not with anger, but something else. Sadness. "I once lived in this village too," it whispered. "I died in a storm before I could eat my final meal. No grave, no prayer. Just hunger. That's all I remember." A single tear rolled down the old man's cheek. "I will go," the ghost said, softer now, "but only if you feed me once." Mofizuddin's lips trembled. "I have nothing left." The ghost nodded slowly. "Then offer a prayer. For my name, so I'm not forgotten." The next morning Mofizuddin visited the imam again. Together, they offered prayer for Rashida, a girl who had drowned 20 years ago. during a flood that destroyed many homes. Nobody had remembered her until now. That night, the ghost never returned. The pond slowly filled again, with fish and peace. From then on, every month, Mofizudan fed the poor a small meal near the pond and offered a prayer for those who died without a name. He became known not just as a poor fisherman, but as the guardian of the forgotten. And if you ever walk by the pond in Shonarpara at night, you might still hear a whisper through the bamboo leaves. Fish for the living, peace for the dead. Have you ever seen or heard a ghost? Share your spooky stories in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching.